You sit down after work, ready to finally make progress on your online business. And you tell yourself, tonight's the night. I'm actually going to build something. But somehow, an hour later, you've watched 3 YouTube videos, bookmarked 2 articles, signed up for another AI tool, and you still haven't built a single thing. It felt productive. It truly did. But deep down, you know you didn't really move forward. If that sounds familiar, I want you to hear this. It's probably not because you lack discipline. It's because of one simple trap almost every beginner falls into. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Hey, I'm glad you're here. I'm Roll, and in this video, I'm not going to give you 10 strategies. I'm going to give you one idea. One shift that finally got me unstuck after months of spinning my wheels. By the end of these shared minutes, you'll know exactly what to do tomorrow night, instead of watching another video like this one. Ironic, I know. Alright, let's get into it. When I first started, almost every evening looked productive. Another business video to watch and learn from. Another article to read and save for later. And yet another new AI tool to explore. My notebook kept getting thicker, but my business didn't grow at all. From the outside, it looked like I was working hard. Looking back, I was just collecting information. I wasn't actually building anything. And here's the part that took me way too long to admit. I wasn't consuming because I needed to learn. I was consuming because it felt safe. Think about it for a second. When you watch another tutorial, nobody can criticize you. Nobody ignores you because there is no work. Because there is no work yet. But the moment you create something and put it out into the world, and then people can actually react. Or worse, they can say nothing at all. So we hide. We hide inside learning, and we call it progress. And that right there is the trap. And it has a name. I call it the consumption loop. So let me give you the fix. It's the single most valuable thing in this entire video. I call it the build ratio. And there are just 3 parts, simple enough to remember, strong enough to change how you work. Number 1, whatever you learn, you apply the same day. Not tomorrow, not this weekend, today. If you watch a lesson on writing better YouTube titles, before you close your laptop, you write 10 titles. If you discover a new AI prompt, you don't save it for later, you use it on a real project, right now. Because here's the truth. You can read every book on swimming, watch every tutorial, memorize the perfect stroke, but stand at the edge of the pool for a year and you still can't swim. The water doesn't care what you know, it only responds to what you do. Information doesn't become knowledge until you use it. Eventually, you have to get in the water. Number 2, you shift the ratio over time. When you're brand new, 50-50 is fine. 30 minutes learning, 30 minutes building. But as you grow, that balance has to change. More building, less consuming. Because learning should support your business. It should never replace it. And that's a huge difference. One moves you forward, the other just keeps you busy. Number 3, and this is the one I want you to actually use tomorrow. Before you open YouTube, before you ask ChatGPT anything, you ask yourself one question. What am I going to create today? Not learn, not research, create. Maybe it's one section of a landing page. Maybe it's just one quick email that you've been putting off. Maybe it's one short video. Maybe it's just the first messy draft. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to exist. Because finished work teaches you lessons that a perfect plan never will. Now, let's make this real, because watching me explain it is exactly the trap we just talked about. Now, maybe you're thinking, okay, Roll, I get it. Build. But build what? Fair question, and this is exactly where most people freeze. So here's a rule that removes the guesswork. I call it the 1 step ahead rule. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need 10 years of experience. You just need to be 1 step ahead of the person you're trying to help. If you learned how to write a cold email last week, you can help someone who hasn't this week. The beginner you were 6 months ago is your perfect audience. Create for them. Because you still remember the confusion, you remember the questions, you remember what you wished someone had told you. That's not a weakness, that's your advantage. So whenever you're stuck on what to make, just ask, what did I recently figure out that someone 1 step behind me would love to know? There's your next thing to build. Now let's make this real, because watching me explain it is exactly the trap. Grab your phone, open your notes, write this sentence. Tomorrow I will create. And finish it. One thing, small enough that you can't talk yourself out of it. Go ahead, I'll wait. Because the people who type that sentence are a completely different group from the people who just nod and keep scrolling. Be the first group. And let me show you why this matters so much. One thing created today. Doesn't feel like much, right? But do it again tomorrow and the day after. In 1 month, that's 30 things. In 1 year, 365. 365 emails, or posts, or pages, or products. Now be honest. Do you think the person who created 365 things is still stuck where you are today? Not a chance. You've become a completely different person. And here's the part nobody tells you. You won't feel the change on day 3 or day 10. The growth is invisible, right up until it isn't. Just like the water, it responds slowly, then all at once. Let me leave you with the thing that changed everything for me. Nothing shifted until I realized my business would never be built by the version of me who consumes, only by the version of me who creates. So here's the strategy. Every video you watch makes you a better student. Everything you build makes you a better builder. And the world doesn't pay students, it pays builders. And here's the heart. Every time you choose to build instead of watch, you're not just making progress, you're casting a vote for who you're becoming. The business teaches you skills, but the building teaches you who you are. So here's my one challenge. Don't go watch 5 more videos after this. Just keep the promise you wrote down. Go ahead and create one thing tomorrow. Then do it again the next day. Small actions, repeated consistently. That's how businesses grow. And honestly, that's how people grow too. If this helped you think more clearly, consider subscribing. Next time, I'll show you how to make sure the thing you're building is actually worth building in the first place. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.